What's going on, everyone? My name is Raymond. Welcome to my channel. Today we're not only going to be unboxing Apple's latest and greatest MacBook Pro, but we're also launching my YouTube channel with this very video. So let's go.
We've created something wild.
What's this? M1 Pro?
With a fire in its belly. This thing draws everything in, moving silently, night and day.
All day battery life.
Into the deepest blacks and brightest lights.
Look at those colors.
Its eye, razor sharp. Its sound, deafening. Pretty. Dangerous. So why would anyone give this beast more power?
M1 Max? More
You'd
power?
have to be reckless. What have we done? And more importantly, what will you do?
And here it is, Apple's newest and most powerful MacBook currently available. The 16-inch M1 Max MacBook Pro. And it's the device that got me to finally start this YouTube channel. Let me tell you why. First, let's start with unboxing this powerhouse of a MacBook. Let's put this to the side. In the box, I'm gonna get the paperwork from Apple. We also have the 140 watt adapter, and the new USB MagSafe. This is what we're here to see. Apple has some of the best packaging. Let's get rid of that. As you can see, I got it in the silver color. MacBook engraving. This looks great. Over the last couple of years, I've wanted to start my own YouTube channel, but I felt somewhat limited by the tools I had at my disposal. One of these limitations was my laptop. I thought about upgrading from this Intel-based 13-inch MacBook Pro to one of the new M1 Macs, but after hearing the rumors of the all-new redesign coming soon with even more power, I knew I had to wait. Wait to see what Apple would do with their first iteration of Pro MacBooks with Apple Silicon inside. And spoiler alert, it was well worth the wait. Starting off with its new redesign, the M1 Max MacBook Pro is sleeker and more modern than before. Shedding the rounded off form of the previous model, the M1 Max has gone with Apple's new design language, which is more squared off. Along with that, this MacBook is bigger and heavier than last year's model. But that added weight not only gives it more of a premium feel, but shows Apple is going with more function over form this time around. This new form factor is even reminiscent of the old school PowerBook, which goes along with Apple's current trend of making the old new again. Rumor iPhone 14 designed. This year, Apple has placed an all-new display into the MacBook Pros, the Liquid Retina XDR display. It's a mini LED display with 10,000 mini LEDs. Those mini LEDs are grouped into individually controlled local dimming zones for precise brightness and contrast, which help it to deliver true-to-life vibrant colors and even deeper blacks. To go along with the new display, Apple has also added ProMotion, a 120Hz refresh rate, which should allow macOS to run even smoother than before. Now, one of the more polarizing additions to the new XDR display is the notch. While there are those who don't like the notch, it doesn't really bother me much. Thankfully, the notch is tucked away at the top of the screen that gets mostly blacked out when viewing content. Inside of that notch, we get a 1080p HD camera, which is double the resolution previously found in MacBooks. Overall, Apple claims that this is the best display currently available in a laptop, and I had to agree. And now, a moment of silence for our dearly departed Touch Bar. Because Apple has removed the Touch Bar and replaced it with full height function keys and shortcuts instead. The keyboard is now completely blacked out, which looks better than the previous layout. Apple also claims the Magic Keyboard has more of a tactile feel of mechanical keys. I personally haven't used mechanical keys before, but I do find the Magic Keyboard to be enjoyable to use. But one of the major benefits of this MacBook being bigger and thicker than before is that it allows for more internal room for better thermal management and a bigger battery. For the first time ever, Apple is allowing you to spec out the 16 and the 14-inch MacBooks exactly the same way. In previous years, if you wanted the smaller screen size for the portability, you had to sacrifice performance for that form factor. That's no longer the case. You can order the M1 Max in both sizes. Originally, I had planned on going with the 14-inch M1 Max MacBook Pro so that I could have best of both worlds, portability and performance. But after watching a couple reviews, it became clear that the 14-inch still had drawbacks that the 16-inch did not. The 16-inch had better thermal management and a longer lasting battery. And for me, that's more important than the portability that the 14 had to offer. The 16-inch is a powerhouse, simple as that, built by Apple for pros and creators alike.
The level of performance you're able to get out of this machine rivals that of a desktop that has far more power at its disposal. To be able to have a laptop that you can take anywhere and edit almost anything on the fly makes this MacBook a great option. I probably could have gone with the M1 Pro chip instead of the M1 Max, but I wanted to future-proof my investment, to have a MacBook that I wouldn't have to replace anytime soon and allow me to grow into the future. So for me, the choice is simple. Starting a tech channel in 2022, the obvious choice, this 16-inch M1 Max MacBook Pro. Thank you for watching my unboxing and initial impressions of the 16-inch M1 Max MacBook Pro. Stay tuned for my follow-up review where I'll go over what I've learned and go more in depth on the performance of the M1 Max. Until then guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell to get notified when a new video is up. Drop a comment down below, let me know how I did, and any suggestions you may have. Other than that, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.